Woo. Welcome back to my channel. I'm officially 13 weeks. Yay! So we made it officially to the second trimester, guys. Woo. A big milestone because that means the odds of the big M word, the big bad M word, have decreased to about 1%. Like 1 to 5%. I think it's 1%. So yeah, and this is like around the time most people tell other people that they're pregnant. So far, I told my bosses that I'm pregnant because I got a story to tell y'all, and I'll tell you why I told my bosses. January 20th was 12:01. I worked today. Was so tired when I got home, I went straight to bed. Notice I'm starting to struggle to stand up from my seat at work. Like I'm like that, or like, whew, sitting down. And when I sit down, the leg was clicking and the smell of the food made me extremely nauseous. I had to go straight to bed. When I got home, I went straight to bed because I couldn't even, like he was making me chicken. And I couldn't even, hold on. I couldn't even focus. Like I had to go to bed because I felt so nauseous. I was just like, I don't want to eat no more. I don't want to do nothing. I didn't work out that day because I was just like, I don't feel good. January 21st, 12:02. I worked again today. And that weirdo coworker I talked about in week 5 asked me if I was pregnant again. Parentheses, tell a story. All right, y'all. So here's the story. Let's not make it too long. So I don't know if you guys remember to my 5-week video or maybe it's my 6-week video. I don't remember which one I did it for. I talked about this coworker. I want to say her name, Amanda. She asked me at work if I was pregnant. Refer back to that video if you want to hear the first story because I'm not going to retell it. And then you'll understand what this story is. It's like the part 2 to that story. So I told myself, because she backed me into a corner, and I didn't like how she asked me if I was pregnant like 3 times in one encounter. And I had to like overly evade answering her because I always promised myself I would never negate my baby. Like if someone asks me if I'm pregnant, I'm not going to say no. I'm going to say something, I'm going to deflect somehow. But it was really hard trying to deflect 3 times in one encounter. I was just like, girl, like, stop asking me. So I told myself, if she asks me again, I'm gonna tell her about herself. So I'm at work, and my coworker, the day before, threw up at work. She actually has like a stomach issue. I gave her some of my ginger tea that day. So because I knew she had a stomach issue, the next day I brought ginger beer to work. Ginger beer is just like ginger soda. So I brought it to work and I told her, do you want some ginger beer? And she's like, beer? What, girl? You're bringing beer to work? I'm making jokes or whatever. I knew she was joking. So we're at the nurse's station talking about, ginger beer. So I told her, just try it. Like, it's really good. So I pour it in a cup. I give it to her. And here comes Amanda out of fucking nowhere. Like, she just comes out of nowhere. She's not even at the nurse's station. It comes running. Like, pretty much she just pops up at the nurse's station. She's like, you're pregnant. And I looked at her and I was like, what? Because I'm not making the correlation between the ginger beer and pregnancy. So I was like, what? And she's like, yeah, you're pregnant, ginger beer. And I looked at her and I said, I turned all the way around my seat because I had one coworker on the side. I was teaching a nursing student on this side. My tech was in front of me, the one who was giving ginger beer to. And here she is right in front of me, like on the counter, like, yeah, tell me, girl, I'm pregnant. So I look at her and I'm like, I turn around my seat. This will make sense if you watch that video. I think it's my week 5 video. Let me double check. I'll tell you the exact video because you guys might want to know and I don't want to like not tell you. Okay, watch the video between 5 to 6 weeks. It's like the video where I turned 6 weeks pregnant. And I talk about it on December 9th, 5 and 4. So look for that video if you guys really want to know the initial story. So I turned to her, and if you watch that, you'll understand why I said this. So I just said to her, and I said, so you think it's okay for babies to consent to being circumcised, but you don't think it's okay for a woman to have a right to her privacy? And she looks at me like, what? So I repeat myself. You think it's okay? And I say it again. And she says to me, well, you were offering information. I was like, girl, bitch, you got the right one today because I was about to tell you about your stuff. Like, no, this girl is nosy, and everyone doesn't like her because of how nosy she's just intrusive. Like she just be intruding on people's conversations. I looked at her, I was like, excuse me? And I said, offering what information? I said, did I tell you I was pregnant? No, I didn't. Don't ask a woman if she's pregnant. It's rude. And she's like, oh, wow. And I said, don't ask a woman about her uterus. And she's like, well, I will never ask you again. I said, good, please don't. And I turned around on my seat. And she stood there for a second. She stormed off. And it was annoying because I had to like work with her that day because we actually were sharing a patient. I turned around. It was like, it sounds so simple. It was childish because clearly it's a right word. But in the moment, like also too, keep in mind I'm pregnant. So my hormones are raging and everything irritates me a lot more. I was like, no the fuck. She didn't. Is she fucking crazy? Is she crazy? And like what's crazy about that is the day before that, I had gotten into it with one of my old colleagues because she just crossed the freaking line. She had been crossing the line, the colleague. But I was letting it slide because I was just like, girl, you're just miserable. Like, I don't even care to entertain your misery. But as a pregnant person, no, I need to protect my peace, but you're not going to know. Fuck you. Obviously, my colleague doesn't know I'm pregnant. I mean, nobody knows I'm pregnant. But it's like, no. This is the time where I cut off people. This is like, I go through phases where I'm like, I gotta evaluate what people are in the right place in my life. Like, obviously, as I get older, I grow, I change. And there's times where I'm looking at someone who's red flagging me and I need to say to myself, nah, you're out. And the older I get, the more like I get about it. So that girl, I was like, yeah, bad. I didn't really go into it in my last video because I didn't feel like the need to even give her a lot of like attention for what happened. But basically, a colleague I had in nursing school basically was being rude. I tried to check her. She didn't like being checked. She didn't apologize for being checked. And I gave her a chance to apologize for being rude. She didn't want to be, she thought she was above it. So I shut her ass down. I said, yeah, bitch. But I just said, well, I told her about herself again. And I said, yeah, and there's no need to respond to this message because I utilize the block button, beach. You see this energy right now? This is all pregnancy hormone. I mean, I'm like this. I'm like, it's like amplified because it's like you take it up a notch. So I just blocked that girl. I have no problem blocking people. Like, I don't. If you know me, you know I have no problem blocking people because people really be trying you and they try to play in your face and they try to act like they're not doing shit that they're doing. And then you tell them, I don't like, and I give people chances. I say, I don't like you doing this. And then they're like, huh, what? I'm not doing that. And then I'm like, you know what? I'm not playing this game with you. So yeah, so I turned around my seat and I turned back around and when she walked off, I looked her around. I looked at my tech. My tech was like, I looked at the nurse next to me. She was just like, I looked at the student next to me. The student was just like, well then. I was like, I am really nice, but don't fuck with me. Don't fuck with me. I'm not the one. I will tell you about yourself. I don't care. And I have enough vocabulary, enough manners, enough etiquette, enough like home training and upbringing to be able to articulate myself well enough to tell you about yourself without being unprofessional and without being offensive. Stay in your fucking lane, bitch. Like, that's what I could have said, but no, I'm not gonna say that. I lose my job. Don't ask me about my uterus. Just like that. I've been mad about it all week. It's a week later and I'm still fucking mad about it. January 22nd, 12 and 3. I worked again today, work triage, and I wasn't moving as fast as I normally do because it's like an OBER. So you have to move quickly. Luckily, my manager set me back down home to my home unit midday, and I was training an experienced nurse, so I didn't have to do anything. This is the day I told my L&D is a labor and delivery nurse. Labor and delivery nurse. This is the day I told my labor and delivery manager about my manager about the fact that I was pregnant because I wanted to let her know about what the girl did and how it offended me and how it was inappropriate for work. I told her I don't really want you to say anything to her. Something like I'm tattling. I'm not trying to say, oh, go tell him, like, help me, mommy, save me. Like, she said I was pregnant. Like, no, I'm telling you because this girl's a problem. And this, I'm not the first one or the last one that she's been like that with. Like really rude, really intrusive, really just out of bounds, unprofessional. So I told her, I'm leaving a verbal paper trail just in case other people come to you or she does some foul stuff again. I was like, because this is the second time she did it. And I thought maybe the first time she might have been, I kind of let her slide. But this time I told her about herself. She said she would never say nothing again. But just from her way she acts and the audacity that she has, I wouldn't be surprised if she does some foul shit again. And I just want to let you know, I'm telling you now, just in case some things come up. She's like, all right. And I said, and by the way, I am pregnant. And that's probably why it's bothering me even more. I was like, because it's like, damn, I had a way I wanted to tell you. And I said that to my coworkers, like, yo, what if you don't know someone's situation. Like, people have miscarriages, people can't have kids, people are trying to have a kid and they're having a hard time, people are pregnant and they're not ready to tell someone, or they're pregnant and they're thinking of ways how to tell someone in a special way, and you just freaking call me out. There's people who are gaining weight and insecure about their weight, and if you call them pregnant, they think you're calling them fat and they're insecure about it. There's people who are pregnant that don't want their baby. Like, there's so many reasons why you don't ask that. It's just rude. January 23rd, 12 and 4. Today I was off. I ran a bunch of errands. Oh my God. I got a wax and it hurt so bad. Oh my God. Pregnancy sensitivity. Starting with new retainers and my gums have pregnancy gums, so it's very uncomfortable. Yo, that wax, I felt like I was in labor. It's like a boy. It hurt really bad because I hadn't had a wax in months, and everybody knows when you go back to shaving and then you try to get a wax, it hurts like a bee. Imagine being pregnancy sensitive where your skin is extra. I was screaming and I was just like, like I couldn't even sit still. The girl's like, girl, like, yeah, you're sensitive. I'm like, oh my God, it hurts so bad. It was so painful. Oh my God. Hopefully the next time I go, it's not as bad because I got it done. But oh my God, I was like off the wall. And then my gums have been hurting because I had how people's gums get sensitive when they're pregnant? Yeah, my gums are sensitive. They're always sensitive, but they're even more sensitive now. All right, January 24th, 12 and 5. Very lethargic today. Didn't work out. Didn't do my hair like I was supposed to. Watched TV all day and slept. I can feel little twinges or flutters. I can. It's like weird. It's like little. People say like when it's your first baby, you don't feel anything until like 18 to 20 weeks. But like, it just feels like gas bubbles. Like I'm pretty sure it's the baby. And then people say that like it feels like that, like it's not gas. It's like gas bubbles in places where there wouldn't be gas. Like usually you have gas, like when I have gas, I know what it feels like. But it's like gas in not the right place. And it's not flutters like someone told me it feels like a fish swimming around in a tank and bumping against you. And it's ticklish. I'm like, no, it doesn't feel like ticklish. Maybe eventually it will, but it just feels like I have like I feel it right now, and it feels like little gas bubbles or something. I don't know, it's weird. Anyway, January 25th, 12 and 6. Went to the midwife today. Her name was Miranda. The last midwife I had was Melissa. They have 7 midwives. They said I should see all of them before I deliver, so just in case any of them are on call, I have met all of them. We got to officially hear the baby's heart rate, which Blake was tearing up, and he was so excited to hear. It was really surprising. I was like, oh, shoot, there it is. What's the heartbeat? 160. Oh, good. Aww.
Oh, that's kind of crazy.
Yeah. We went to the baby section in Target, and it was super cute. Got to see a little baby clothes. It was so cute. Oh, one thing is that I've been trying to figure out how I'm going to do my gender review. So, initially my original idea, which was that, okay, so I got, while I was at the doctor's office yesterday at 12 and 6, I got my NIPT genetic testing done. So I got tested for cystic fibrosis, which I told them, like, cystic fibrosis is like a white, genetic issue. But my midwife was like, well, you never know, because, like, people mix up and stuff. You might have it. I'm like, girl, you're trying to say I'm white? But anyway, whatever. I got that done. I got, like, the typical chromosome testing done and stuff. And then I also got the maternal fetal blood draw that tells the sex chromosomes of the baby. So I want to find out the sex on my birthday. I want to do a gender reveal. I'm doing like an official announcement video, and I want to do the gender reveal and in the announcement video. So announce that I'm pregnant in the video in an artsy way, and then also tell everybody what the gender is in the same video. Because by the time I tell everybody I'm pregnant, I'll be 24 weeks. I don't see the point in having a gender reveal at 24 weeks when I could just have a baby shower later on at 34 weeks or something. So I'm just gonna announce and tell the gender during that video, because I feel like it'll be like, bam, oh my god, you're pregnant, bam, oh my god, it's a boy or girl, whatever it is. So but then, like, for me, the people that do know about my pregnancy, which are going to be my mom, Blake's dad, and the godparents, they'll get to like attend. It'll be like really intimate for my birthday, and then we'll go to dinner after. So because like I said, nobody knows. I haven't told anybody. Like, this is something I've really kept to myself. So whatever. What I was gonna do, I didn't want my mom to know because I wanted it to be a surprise. Or anybody, I was like, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get the test results. I'm gonna call my midwife, go to the midwifery, have them, like, because on my phone I already have, like, because I want to do those like color cannons where you like, they like explode or whatever, and like have the two ready, because one for me, one for Blake. You see how it's like, I don't know if you can see it, but it's a gender reveal thing. And if you scroll down, you could pick like the colors. I don't know if you could see it. Or pink. I was gonna have them pick whatever the gender is. Like, us say it's pink, like her pick it, and then I'll say scroll down, like don't show me, but scroll down, and then have her scroll and pick the quantity 2, because one for me, one for Blake, and then buy now. And then like I tested it so it doesn't tell you, like once it says buy now, it doesn't tell you which one she picked. And then have it delivered to my house, and then once I got it, put the black sticker on the bottom, like without looking, and hope I don't get to see the color. That's what my original plan was. It was like a lot of room for error, but that was my original plan. And then I asked the midwife, and she was like, oh, well, we can't guarantee that we'll be able to have you come in and do that. I'm like, so I can't just come in and you just like click my phone real quick? Like, no, you probably have to wait till the next appointment. I'm like, what? It's like, so I gotta wait till I'm 16 weeks for you to press a button? Like, it just seems ridiculous. Like, I can't just like pop up in here, somebody at the front desk just pulls up my chart, and they'll be like, oh yeah, we know it's a girl or boy or whatever, and then clicks the color, and then sends it on my way. Like, and it kind of annoyed me, because I was just like, I would have done it. Like, at my job, if someone called and said, hey, can you just do this for me? I'd be like, yeah, sure, why not? I don't care. But whatever, they can't guarantee, I have to wait to 16 weeks, and which is a week before my gender reveal, and I don't want to like cut it close with like ordering the cannons and stuff. So I was like, you know what, I gotta think of something else. So I was telling my mom about it, and my mom was like, oh, I could do it. And I was like, but I want you to be surprised. She's like, no, I'm gonna be surprised anyway. I want to do it. And I was thinking about it, and I feel like if I had my mom do it, she would tell somebody. Because my mom was like that. Like, she gets excited, and then she just does what she wants. Like, she's a freaking Sag. And Sag, they just do what they want. So I was like, you know what I'm gonna do? I was talking about it with Blake, and I was like, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna have someone neutral, like really neutral, do it. I'm gonna ask my boss, my manager, because I trust her. I don't think she's gonna like tell anybody that I'm pregnant. And she's totally neutral. She'll be the only one. And I'll be like, you cannot tell me. And I really think she will like listen. So I'm probably gonna get my test results on Monday, and then I'm gonna have her do it, and I guess I'll tell you the results of that next week, like how that turns out next week. And I was thinking, like, I'll just wait until the cannons get here, and then I'll take the cannons with me to work again and say, I'm scared to look at them because they have a little color on the end of it. I don't want to accidentally see the color. So can you please like put up the black sticker on top of the color so I can't see it for me? And just have my manager just do everything. She's like my neutral person. And then she'll like, okay, she'll do it for me, and I'll take the box back home. And that way it's like, I never have to see it. Nobody has to see it, and it's a surprise for everybody. So that's our new plan. So yeah, that's it. And then today I worked, I actually worked Mother Baby today, and I had to see all the little cute little babies, so that was cool. And I'm tired. So, because this dumb girl tells everybody, those out there, that I might be pregnant, now everybody's staring at my belly. And I am showing. I actually, this week I can tell the week 12, I've noticed like I'm like showing now. I'll show you guys when I do my little belly shot, but like I definitely, and it's not like, oh, she's popping out, like it's not like that, but it's like enough where it's like, and if you're looking because someone said something, so I've been wearing my, usually I wear my jacket to work open, and you can see my scrubs and everything, and but you can see it, like it's like a little bulge. When I have a flat stomach, so it's like, dang, like, or I guess I'm starting to show. So I zipped up my jacket, and it looks mad obvious. Like, you zipped up your jacket, like, you got all these pockets and stuff. Like, it looks obvious. I'm like, yeah, whatever. They can think what they want. It is what it is. But everybody knows now, don't ask Peter. She's pregnant. So, yeah, that is 13 weeks, second trimester. And, yeah,